What's up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. These are my Draftkings MMA picks for UFC Vegas 38. We have Thiago Santos going against Johnny Walker in what should be a very fun and a very violent card. Really looking forward to it. Sorry, this video is coming out a few days late. Came back from Vegas around Tuesday. I just been so behind. Finally was able to catch up and get this video out to you guys there. It is the beginning of the month, so now is a great time to sign up on the Patreon. If you do sign up, the $10 option for DFS is a great option. $10 a month, $2.50 per week, 4 cards this month as well. With that, you get the fighter stats. Uncle Weezy also provides the FanDuel and Draftkings stats as well. You get the advanced stats, the targets, the projections, line of percentages, projected ownership, my Draftkings article, and much more. Access to Discord. Just a lot of great things in there. $10 a month. Check it out. The link will be in the description for that. Thank you for everybody that is already on the Patreon. Really does help me out, and hopefully it does help you guys out as well. Also added the optimizer a few months ago. People really seem to like that. It is definitely a game changer, and does help me a lot. Does help me save a lot of money personally by using that. So with that said, I say we get into it, starting with, as always, the fight doesn't go to decision lines. Last week, the 4 that I brought up, they all ended inside the distance. Hopefully all 4 of these do as well, and I think they very well can. So starting with Johnny Walker going against Thiago Santos, we have Santos, who is 8,800, and Walker's 7,400. This is a fight that I will be, nearly 100% exposed to. I think it's more so Johnny Walker early, or Santos can be early as well. But I think if it does extend, I think that does favor Santos down the stretch. But you take a look at Johnny Walker, all of his finishes do come in round 1, and I don't think that changes here. If Johnny Walker does win, there's a good chance that it is going to be in round 1. So for that reason, at 7,400, I have a lot of interest in him. And on the flip side, Thiago Santos, he's the more experienced fighter. He's been, to a 4th round, to a 5th round. He has the cardio advantage, and he hits very hard himself. So either way, I see this fight finishing. It's minus 500. Like, we typically don't see fight doesn't go to decision lines this wide, and it's for a reason, right? This fight is not going to decision more often than not. So a fight I'm going to have a lot of exposure to. I do like the price savings on Johnny Walker, but I'll have a ton of Santos as well. Maybe I'll just split it up 50-50, maybe a slight lean to the Santos side, but regardless, it's going to be nearly 100% for me. This is another fight that I'm probably going to be pretty close to 100% on. Devontae Smith is 8,700. Jamie Mullarkey is 7,500. If Devontae Smith wins, he has a 100% finish rate. It's probably going to be by knockout. It's probably going to be in the first round. Jamie Mullarkey is somebody that is very hittable, has a 43% strike and defense, and you do not want to be hittable against someone that hits like an absolute truck in Devontae Smith. With that said, though, Devontae Smith has been finished in both of his losses, 2 by knockout, and Devontae Smith has never seen the scorecards in his entire career. Jamie Mullarkey, he's no stranger to getting finishes himself. Jamie Mullarkey has a 93% finish rate, and Jamie Mullarkey has also been finished in half his losses, 2 out of 4. Either way, I see violence here. I see somebody getting finished. I like Mullarkey at 7,500 in terms of he's going to go out there, he's going to get takedowns, and if he does get takedowns and implement those, he's going to score very high. But on the flip side, Devontae Smith, 8,700, if he wins, it's going to be a knockout. It's going to be an early knockout as well. So another fight where I'm targeting both sides. I'm going to have a ton of both sides. But Jamie Mullarkey is another intriguing underdog option, right, at 7,500, just due to that price tag. And if he does win, it's probably going to score a lot. Both guys, though. Next fight, we have Oliveira going against Price. This is a fight where I'm more so on one side, right? It's going to be the Nico Price side. Nico Price is a finisher, 92% finish rate, 71% by knockout, 21% by submission. We see that Oliveira has been finished 6 times out of his 9 losses, 5 by submission, 1 by knockout. Typically a guy that is very durable. We did see Brown crack him hard and hurt him bad in his last fight, ultimately ended up submitting him. And, it's just really hard to trust Alex Oliveira. Sometimes he shows up, sometimes he does not. He has not shown up in his last few fights, has not looked good in his last few fights. He's been finished in the first round in his last 2 fights as well. I think that continues here. I think Price is going to get him either out of there early. If he doesn't get him out of there early, I think the pace that Price is going to bring is just going to wear on Oliveira. I think he can get him out of there late as well. So either way, though, I see Price getting a finish here, 8,400. I like Price quite a bit. As far as Oliveira, I think he's an interesting play because I don't think he's going to be the high owned, and Price does leave a lot of openings to get hit. So Oliveira could be interesting. He has a 77% finish rate himself, but I am more on the Price side. And then we have finally Serkinov going against Jocko. And this is a fight where I'm kind of confused by the fight doesn't go to decision line because we have one guy that is a finisher in Serkinov, and he's sitting at an underdog price tag. And then we have Jocko, who is, not a finisher at all. Jocko, since like 2013, he has like 1 knockout on his record, like 1 knockout in like 7 or 8 years in Krzysztof Jotko. And that's typically how you finish Cirkunov, right? By knockout. But, it's guys that hit very, very hard and very dangerous guys, finishers, that are knocking out Cirkunov. But Jotko, I just don't think he fits that same build. I actually like Cirkunov here quite a bit. He's going to be the much bigger fighter. We saw him weigh in. He looked pretty solid. And he's 7,600. If he does win, it's going to be a lot of takedowns. It's going to be a lot of control time holding Jotko against the cage. If he does take him down, the fight probably will be over shortly after. This guy is extremely dangerous on the mat, dangerous anywhere the fight goes. I think if Cirkunov does win, it is inside the distance, which is why I don't really get the price tag of the fight doesn't go, because if Jotko wins, it's probably him stuffing takedowns. It's probably him keeping it on the outside, outpointing Cirkunov in a 3-round decision. But either way, I like Cirkunov here quite a bit. As far as Jotko, potentially could be an interesting play. I don't think it's going to be highly owned, and Cirkunov has been knocked out 4 times. So I'm more on Cirkunov, though. I like Cirkunov, and I do like him at this price tag. Getting to the core plays, Thiago Santos, 8,800. Like I was talking about earlier, the more proven fighter. We have seen him go into the later rounds. I think he has more paths to victory as well. Whereas Johnny Walker, I think if he's going to win, I think it's going to be in the first round. And that very well could happen. But I'm going to be very high on Thiago Santos this week. Like I said earlier, maybe like 50% Santos, 50% Walker. Maybe a slight lean to the Santos side. But either way, a fight I want 100% exposure to. Nico Price, 8,400, a really good play here. If he does win, there's a good chance it's going to be inside the distance. Only has 1 decision win on his entire record, a 92% finish rate. Oliveira has got finished in the first round in his last 2 fights. I think Price can keep it up here and get a finish win at this price tag, 8,400. I do think it would be enough to get in the optimal lineup. Devontae Smith, 8,700, another fight that I do want to target very highly. Devontae Smith, 100% finish rate. Jamie Malarkey has been knocked out twice. Jamie Malarkey, a 43% striking defense. If Jamie Malarkey does not get this fight down to the mat, he's going to be in big, big trouble, and I think Devontae Smith does knock him out at some point. So 8,700, I like Devontae Smith as a core play. And then Carol Hoza, 9,300. Yeah, I like Rosa here quite a bit. I think she's safe, and you take a look at her scores, and she actually scores very, very well. I guess the only thing I don't like is Betch Correa does have a very good takedown defense. It is sitting at 84%. But with that said, not many people have really tried to take her down as of late. So I think Carol Hoza, if she can take her down, I think she'll have success on the mat. But even on the feet, she's going to throw a ton of volume. She lands over 7.5 significant strikes per minute compared to Betch Correa's 4.39. And for Betch Correa to win, she's going to have to out-volume Rosa here. And Betch Correa has not out-volumed an opponent since 2014, 2015. It's been a long time. I like Rosa here. I think she's safe. I like her in cash quite a bit. In tournaments, I don't hate her as well. Just with the volume she brings, I think she could score pretty good like she has been doing. So give me Cara Rosa, 9,300 as a core play. Getting into our GBP plays here, our tournament plays, Alexander Hernandez. Yeah, the only concern I have here and why he is a GBP play for me is if he does not get a finish here, I have concerns about him not paying off the 9,400 price tag. But for me personally, I do think he does finish Breeden. Alexander Hernandez has a 59% finish rate, 42% by knockout, 17% by submission. I just don't think Breeden is ready for the UFC or really anywhere close to being ready. I like what I see from the guy, but it just doesn't seem like he's on the level of a lot of the guys in the UFC, especially Alexander Hernandez in this fight. I think Hernandez should go out here and finish him, but if it does not finish him, I do have concerns about his score. But I'll go Alexander Hernandez 9,400 as a tournament play here. Casey O'Neill, 9,000. Yeah, I do have some concerns about her as well. The striking defense is horrible. If she is not able to get this fight down to the mat, she's going to be in big trouble. 38% striking defense thus far against Shanna Dobson and also Laura Procopio. And Shevchenko is going to be the better striker out of both of those, probably combined even. And O'Neill, if she does win, it's going to score a ton. Shevchenko has a very poor takedown defense. Shevchenko has a very poor ground game, a 50% takedown defense in Shevchenko. We've seen that O'Neill can go out there and get takedowns. She's a very good grappler, very dangerous as well. So for that reason, I do like Casey O'Neill. If she does win, it's going to score very, very high with her grappling and wrestling upside. But if she does not get the fight down to the mat, I have some serious concerns about her, even winning the fight. But hopefully she does get it down. 9K, I don't hate it. Kevin Holland, 8,500. It seems like everybody is off of the Kevin Holland train this week, which is crazy because just a couple fights ago, he was actually a favorite against Derek Brunson. I think this is a solid spot for Kevin Holland. 8,500, 47% takedown defense. That is a big concern. We saw Vettori go out there, control him for 25 minutes. We saw Derek Brunson do the same thing. But this is not Vettori. This is not Derek Brunson, or this is not anywhere near the caliber fighter of those guys in Kyle Daukaus. Kyle Daukaus is going to be at a significant disadvantage on the feet, 39% striking defense. Kevin Holland is going to have a huge advantage on the feet, and even like on the mat. Like Kevin Holland is a black belt, right? It's just he's been getting held down by some very good guys in Brunson and Vettori. So if Kevin Holland is able to stuff the takedowns, or if he's able to work his way back up after getting taken down, I think he's going to have a lot of success and probably even knock out Kyle Daukaus, right? Kevin Holland is somebody that has been working on his wrestling. It's not 47% takedown defense is really bad, but you got to take a look at who he's going against, right? And I don't think Kyle Daukaus has the same caliber of wrestling as a Vettori or Brunson, or really anywhere close at all, right? So we'll see what happens, but I think Kevin Holland's an interesting GBP play, tournament play. 8,500, probably want to go there in cash because of that glaring hole in his game. Stephanie Egger, 8,200. I think she's an interesting fighter here to target. I think this fight as a whole is going to be very low owned. DraftKings took a while to put this fight out, but it's finally out. 8,200 for Egger. If she does win, it's going to be takedowns. It's going to be control time. It's going to be possibly a submission as well. We have seen Shanna Young submitted multiple times. We've seen her taken down and subbed twice, or taken down twice by Sarah Alpar and submitted there. Miranda Maverick is able to take her down and submit her. Macy Chiazon was able to take her down like 3 times, control her for the whole fight. And Stephanie Egger, judo black belt, solid grappler. I would not be shocked if Egger is able to have success in taking her down, maybe finding a submission as well. Egger looked a lot bigger than Shanna Young today on the scales as well, so Egger's somebody I'm looking at in terms of a tournament play. Live Dogs, Misha Serkinov. He's a finisher. He's an all-out finisher. Tons of finishes on his record. Let me see the exact finish rate. 86% finish rate for Serkinov, 33% by knockout, 53% by submission. And we have seen Jocko knocked out twice and submitted once as well. I think 1 takedown might be all he needs. Just so dangerous on the mat. I think is another level above a Jocko here. But, getting the takedown is what I'm a little bit concerned about, because Jocko on paper does have a very good takedown defense. But again, Serkinov's going to be the much bigger fighter. He's going to be a much stronger fighter. And I do think he does get it down to the mat. Serkinov is one of my favorite dogs on the card. Johnny Walker, another intriguing dog. Like I said, I'm going to have a ton of this fight. Johnny Walker, if he does win, it's going to be in the first round. Johnny Walker, if he does win, it's going to be in the optimal lineup. For that reason, I do have a lot of interest in the Johnny Walker side. Kyle Daukaus, we talked about the holes in Kevin Holland's game. If Kyle Daukaus does win, he's going to get takedowns. He's going to get control time, and he's going to probably get a lot of it. And at 7,700, I don't mind that upside there. I personally think Holland's going to win the fight, but you can't ignore that if Daukaus does win, it's going to score very high if he does implement his game plan. And that is the wrestling, the takedowns, all that good stuff. And then Jamie Mullarkey, 7,500, kind of the same thing with Daukaus, right? Jamie Mullarkey is going to go for takedowns, and he's going to go for a lot of them. If Devontae Smith has not improved his takedown defense from some of the fights we've seen outside of the UFC, he could be in trouble here. Devontae Smith does have a 100% takedown defense in the UFC, but he's only defended 3 takedowns. So we'll definitely see if Mullarkey is able to get him down. If he does, he probably scores a lot. If he does not get him down, he probably gets knocked out. But Mullarkey is a very intriguing play at 7,500. Getting into the pump plays, Gaetano Perello came in, made his UFC debut against Ricky Simone. He has 7,200 here, and he's gonna fight for your money. He's a finisher. He's very, very dangerous. Silva Andrade is getting up there in age, 37 years old. Perello has a 93% finish rate, which is one of the best on the entire slate. If he does win, there's a good chance it is by knockout, so I don't mind taking him as a little bit of a pump play there. And then fades, I took the easy way out again this week. There's just not many guys or girls I feel safe fading up top. I think a lot of these fighters are in play for the most part. And if I had to pick one, it's going to be Betch Correa. I just don't really see many paths to victory for her. But yeah, up top, I really struggle to find a fighter that I'm just going to say, I'm going to go out there and fade this guy, right? So I took the easy way out. I said maybe Shanna Young could be a different fade. Shanna Young, 8,000 could be a different fade. But yeah, Betch Correa, I feel confident in saying I'm not going to have much of, if any, Betch Correa this week. And that's about it, guys. Make sure you become a member of the Patreon. You can receive full access to my model. You get all the stats you need for every single fight. Uncle Weezy also provides the DraftKings and FanDuel stats, advanced stats, all that good stuff. The premium projections, lineup optimizer, GBP lineup percentages. You got the ownership projections as well, the DraftKings article, and access to Discord. Tons and tons of value on there, $10 a month. Click the link in the description if you want to sign up. But yeah, that's about it, guys. If you guys can leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Again, sorry for getting this out a little bit late, but got it out regardless. Tune into the live stream tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and then also we're going live 1 hour prior to the prelims. Best Bet Me, Uncle Weezy, Narco Cop, and also we have a special guest coming on as well. So that's about it, guys. See you later, and good luck for UFC Vegas 38.